Today you will study about temperature dependence of the rate of the reaction. Most of the chemical reactions are accelerated by increasing temperature. Means by increasing temperature, rate of most of the reactions increases. It has been found that for a chemical reaction with rising temperature by 10 degrees, the rate constant is nearly doubled. Rate constant is directly proportional to rate of a reaction. So rate of a reaction becomes almost double by increasing the temperature of a chemical reaction by 10 degrees. The effect of temperature on a chemical reaction can be studied with the help of a very important equation called Arrhenius equation. This equation is K is equal to A e raised to power EA by RT, where K is the rate constant of the reaction, A is frequency factor or pre-exponential factor, E, this small e is mathematical quantity E, this is called exponential factor, EA is the activation energy, R is the gas constant, and T the temperature in Kelvin. About this activation energy is just study just after this, and frequency factor, these terms will be taken up later on. Now you'll study about two very important terms, activation energy and threshold energy. For this, you have to study this graphical representation which is before you. This is the graph between potential energy and reaction coordinate. Reaction coordinate means the reaction profile. Means when reactants are converted into products, how various changes in energy occur during that path of the reaction. So let's study the reaction between hydrogen and iodine to form hydrogen iodide. A is the average energy of the reacting molecules. Now here, if we mix hydrogen and iodine in a reacting vessel at room temperature, and at room temperature the reaction is very slow. Now what is the primary requirement for a reaction to occur? According to collision theory of reaction rates, the primary requirement for a reaction to occur is that the reactant molecules must collide with each other. There must be collisions. There must be collisions between the molecules. But all the collisions are not effective collisions. Only those collisions are effective which are associated with some minimum quantity of energy called threshold energy. And what is an effective collision? That collision which results in the breaking up of bonds in the reactant so that reaction can take place. So this A represents the average energy of the reactants, and here at room temperature the collisions are taking place, but those collisions are not effective because those collisions are not associated with sufficient energy. Now suppose we give some energy to these reactant molecules. Now how can we give energy to reactant molecules? By heating, by increasing the temperature. So when the temperature is increased, the reactant molecules gain energy and the energy goes on increasing as is shown by this graph A to C. A to C the energy is increasing, and here at C the energy of the reactant molecules becomes equal to this threshold value, and here activated complex is formed. And this increase in energy from A to C, here at A represents, as I told you, this is the average energy of molecules, and energy goes on increasing at this as we reach C. This extra amount of energy which the reactant molecules absorb in order to reach their value to threshold energy, it is called activation energy. And at C, when the here activated complex is formed. Activated complex is also called intermediate stage. Here activated complex has energy which is called threshold energy. And then the energy of the system falls from C to B. So from C to B, the bond formation is predominant, and when bond formation occurs, energy is released. So energy of the system decreases. At B, the products are formed, and this difference between the energy of reactants and products is called delta H. So from A to C to B, you can see that this is the energy barrier between the reactants and products, and the reactants have to cross this energy barrier in order to form products. This activation energy, this decides the magnitude of energy barrier. Now this reaction, this is shown before you. Hydrogen plus iodine forms hydrogen iodide, and this is intermediate or activated complex. This is the same thing. Intermediate is also called activated complex. So in these are reactants, and these are products, HI, and in between this intermediate, this has got partial reactant and partial product character. Here bonds have started broken. They are breaking up of bonds also, but bonds have not broken up completely, and new bonds are also forming, but they are not formed completely. So here this is the intermediate stage at which there is weakening of bonds between the reactants and the formation of new bonds in the products. So this intermediate has partial reactant and partial product character, and this is also called activated complex. Now what is threshold energy? Here definition: the minimum amount of energy which the reactant molecules must possess in order to convert into products is called threshold energy, or we can say this means minimum amount of energy which the reactant molecules must have in order to make their collisions effective, so that proper breaking up of bonds can take place and formation of products occur. Otherwise, the collisions are occurring all the time, but all those collisions are not effective collisions. Only those collisions are effective which are associated with some minimum quantity of energy called threshold energy. And what is activation energy? Now, these reactant molecules have got some average energy at the given temperature, and when that extra amount of energy is provided to them so that their energy reaches threshold value, that is called activation energy. The additional amount of energy required by the reactant so that energy becomes equal to threshold value, that is called activation energy. So activation energy is equal to threshold energy minus average energy of reactants. Lower the activation energy, faster will be the reaction. This graph represents Maxwell's distribution of kinetic energies. In a given sample of a gas, all the molecules do not possess same energy. So there is a fraction of molecules which possesses very low energy, and there is one fraction of molecules which possesses very high energy. Whereas there is an intermediate fraction, large fraction of molecules which possesses intermediate energies. Number of particles, here the graph is between number of particles with the given kinetic energy, and this is kinetic energy. So here to study it, we can say that at a particular temperature, all the reacting molecules do not have the same kinetic energy. So at a particular temperature, if the fraction of molecules is plotted versus corresponding kinetic energies, this is the fraction of molecules, also we can say fraction of molecules, and this is kinetic energy. So the graph is plotted between the fraction of molecules and the kinetic energies. The peak of the curve represents the kinetic energy possessed by maximum fraction of molecule, this one, peak of the curve. So here this shaded area, this blue area shows the proportion of particles in the sample that have enough energy to react. That means this is in a given sample of gases. Suppose we have a sample of gas, and there is all the molecules are not capable of this reacting, because there is only a small fraction of the molecules which possesses energy equal to or greater than threshold value. So this is a small fraction possesses very high energy, and that means they have enough energy to react. Like here, a blue portion, this small fraction has got enough energy to react, means they have got energy equal to or greater than threshold value. And small fraction also possesses energy which is very, very low. Majority of them have possessed intermediate energies. So again, this graph is shown to you here, fraction of molecules and kinetic energy of molecules here on this side. So this is shown here, this graph, this one, blue one, this is at temperature T Kelvin. And this one, red one, this is at temperature T plus 10 Kelvin, 10 degree. So here this graph, this is like this at T temperature, and here it is shown this way. This blue portion, this is the fraction of molecules which are capable of effective collisions. That means this is the fraction of molecules which has energy equal to or greater than threshold value. And on increasing the temperature by 10 degrees, T plus 10 degree Kelvin, it has been found that this curve shifts towards higher energy region. As you can see, there is shifting of curve at 10 degrees higher. This is T Kelvin, this is T plus 10. This one is at temperature T plus 10. And you can see that by increasing the temperature to 10 degrees, the curve becomes flat. It becomes flat and it shifts towards higher energy region. And this one, this red, this portion of molecules, which is called fraction of molecules or percentage of molecule, this becomes almost double. This becomes almost double. First was like this, blue only, then red also. So we have seen practically that it has been found that by increasing the temperature of a reaction by 10 degrees, the rate of the reaction becomes almost double. What is the reason for that? The reason is the fraction of molecules which are capable of effective collisions. That means that fraction of molecules which possesses energy equal to or greater than threshold value, that also becomes almost double. Effect of temperature continued. Same graph has been explained here. When the temperature is raised, the maximum of the curve moves towards the higher energy value and the curve broadens out, that is spreads to the right side, such that there is a greater proportion of molecules with much higher energies. Increasing the temperature of the substance increases the fraction of molecules which collide with energy greater than activation energy. It's clear from the diagram that in the curve at T plus 10, the area showing the fraction of molecules having energy equal to or greater than actually threshold energy gets doubled, leading to doubling of the rate of the reaction. The same graph which I have just seen, that has been explained again here. Okay. Now Arrhenius equation, as you have seen, K is equal to A exponential factor minus EA by RT. Taking log of both the sides, we get log of K is equal to log of A minus EA by RT. These two are one the same thing. This mathematical equation can be written this way. This or this, one the same equation. Ln is the natural logarithm to the base e, and here this equation is written in the form of this: log k is equal to minus ea by rt plus log of a. This is equation of straight line. If we plot log k, this log k against 1 by t, we get a straight line. Slope is equal to minus ea by r. So we have just seen that log of this log k is equal to log a minus ea by rt, isn't it? So if we take T1 and here K1, where K1 is the rate constant at temperature T1, and we take log of K2 is equal to log of A minus EA by RT2. And these two equations will come. Let it be equation first and equation second, this one. Now if we subtract log K2 minus K1, this log K2 minus K1. So log of A and log of A here and log of A here will cancel out and we get this equation, isn't it? So log of K2 minus log of K1 is equal to EA by RT1 minus EA by RT2. Now log of K2 minus this log of K2 minus log of K1 means log of K2 by K1. EA by R common and 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Now we have to convert this log to the base E into log to the base 10, or we can write down 2.303 log of K2 by K1 is equal to this thing. This I'm writing in place of log K2 by K1. We can write 2.303 log of K2 by K1 is equal to this one, EA by R 1 by T1 minus 1 upon T2. So this equation will get, now dividing by 2.303. Suppose we divide throughout by 2.303. We get here, we divide this by 2.303 and here also 2.303. So we get this equation, log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. This is a very important equation. This one you have derived, or this one. Here this equation will be helpful if you have to calculate activation energy at two different temperatures, T1 and T2. Means you have to calculate, this will help you to calculate activation energy when you are given two different rate constants K1 and K2 at two different temperatures T1 and T2. Now you will solve this numerical. The first order rate constant for the decomposition of ethyl iodide by the reaction is given at 300 Kelvin is 1.60 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 per second. So this rate constant is given and energy of activation is also given, and rate constant you have to calculate at temperature 700 Kelvin. So applying this equation, log K2 is equal, log K2 minus log K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 R 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. So here log K2 will be equal to this, and K1 is given, and K2 you have to calculate. Temperature is also given, one is 600 Kelvin and the other is 700 Kelvin, and by putting the values you can solve this numerical by taking the help of log tables. So here K2 will come out to be this. Yes, one thing is there, log K2 is equal to minus 2.197 and K2 will be equal to NT log of minus 2.197. What to do here? This is minus 2. So we'll take here minus 2.197 plus 3 minus 3. Means we have to add one digit. 2 plus 1, 3. So we write here plus 3 minus 3. Or we may write from here 3 bar, minus 3 is written as 3 bar. And subtract this from 3, subtract 2.197. That means 3.000 minus 2.197. It will come out to be 3 here, 0, 8. Okay, 0.803. Okay, so we have to see log tables 0.80 under 3. Anti-log tables में 0.80 under 3. So that will come out to be 6.36 and 10 raised to power minus 3. It comes from here because 3 bar is there, so 10 raised to power minus 3. So this is the answer. Now you will study about the effect of catalyst on the rate of a reaction. Again the same graph is before you, potential energy against this reaction coordinate or the reaction profile. So this is the energy of reactants, and first the energy of reactants goes on increasing. Here the activated complex is formed and then the energy of the system falls and the products are formed here. So this much is from here to here. This is the energy of activation. Okay, this one is EA. Now what happens by adding the catalyst? This energy barrier becomes less. The role of the catalyst is to provide an alternative path to the reaction having lower activation energy so that products are formed at a faster rate. So here no change will occur in the value of delta H. So I'll repeat, what is the role of catalyst in a reaction? The role of catalyst is to lower the activation energy of the reaction so that products are more easily formed at a faster rate. Collision theory of reaction rates. Consider a reaction A plus B giving products. The rate of the reaction can be expressed as rate is equal to ZAB E minus EA by RT, where ZAB is called collision frequency. Collision frequency. What is collision frequency? The number of collisions per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture is known as collision frequency. And this term E minus EA by RT, this is the fraction of molecules with energies equal to or greater than EA. Now in collision theory, one of the requirements is that the reactants have to cross the energy barrier between reactants and products. That means reactants will be converted into products only if the primary requirement of effective collisions is satisfied. That means for a collision to be effective, the colliding molecules must possess energy equal to or greater than threshold energy. The second very important factor is orientation factor, which we'll study with the help of this. Means there are two reactants, these two, and they must be oriented properly in space. Their directions must be such that the proper bond breaking and bond formation can occur. This is an organic reaction. This is methyl bromide, and OH negative is called attacking reagent. And this first one is improper orientation. Means if this OH negative molecule strikes with OH negative, this attacking species, this collides with methyl bromide this way, no products will be formed. And second one is proper orientation. If attacking species attacks the molecule from this end, means opposite to that of bromine, this bromine group, and then the bond is formed and Br negative will be, this leaves the molecule, this is leaving group. So here this is improper orientation, this is proper orientation. Means the molecules must be directed in such a way that the attacking species attacks the molecule from the proper direction, then only the reaction will take place. So ultimately the equation will become this here, rate will be equal to here same equation I'm writing, but additional P is also written here, P ZAB and E minus EA by RT, where P is called probability factor and it takes into account the orientation between the molecules. This orientation factor is also to be taken into account. P is the orientation factor, ZAB is the collision frequency, and E minus EA by RT, this is the fraction of molecules which has energy equal to or greater than EA.